Okay, last time. Half of it wasn't recorded because I was a dum-dum. Didn't check beforehand because I had audio issues and I finally figured it out, but it was way too late and OBS is already like, nah, you don't have it. There was a heart-touching situation where Sean was explaining why he shot the random Germans soldiers. Pretty much explaining of these guys will be our enemies and problems later, so might as well take care of them now. I think that's the gross, rough explanation. Anybody can correct me if they'd like.
Man, it was like
a lot more
10
than
minutes
that.
long, and it was extremely heartfelt. You're definitely underselling it, but go ahead.
We executed them all, and he justified it.
To which point, Sean and Carl did have a couple other soldiers run into him, where Sean went to sacrifice himself essentially to go with the soldiers to inform Captain Gons, who again is confirmed to be here. But in an act of heroic valor, Carl managed to pretty much unload an entire magazine of a BAR into both guys, somehow missing Sean. Well, actually, Sean shoved a guy right in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah.
Action hero style.
Then you guys locked up the library, essentially, the archive area. I found out that Effie has a little bit more control of their stuff than what Montre does. Essentially, Montre has routine access. Effie has a little bit higher.
Self-hating priestess.
Mm-hmm. Then pretty much you guys are, well, specifically, Carl, Sean, and Montre are carrying a whole bunch of German weapons and stuff with them through the jungle. Well, I assume Harlen is kind of scouting out and Effie's just there.
Prepping to assassinate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you guys came up with the possibility that Captain Gons could be possessed, essentially. Or you really don't know what's going on with them, but you have a suspicion that he could have some freaky deaky stuff going on. Even if it even is him. Ooh, tongue twister. Oh, myself. Okay. I think that was pretty much it last session. I can't think of what else I'm forgetting. That's probably nothing important. All right. So after the discussion of what you're going to do, where you essentially came up with the idea of to enact an assassination mission on Captain Gons, to get him out of the way since you're here and it might be the only way you can get out here safely, and to stop them from getting into the archives themselves. And unknown that if Captain Gons or not. Okay, so as you make it through the jungle, Effie and Harlan manage to get through it easier because they are not carrying much other than what they typical gear. While, again, Sean, Carl, and Montre are having a more difficult time sneaking through with a load of submachine guns, rifles, and I'm going to guess you picked up an extra MG34 with you.
I don't see why not. I like the fast guns.
Yeah.
Why waste so much time shooting with multiple small guns when you just use one big gun and do it all at once?
Ammo cost. That's usually the case.
I don't pay for it, so what else does?
After about 10 minutes of trudging through the jungle...
their gun, I take their ammo.
Yeah. After about 10 minutes of trudging through the jungle, the group begins to hear sounds of chainsaws chime out, not long followed by the sounds of what seemed to be water being shot out of a fire hydrant, essentially. After about 10 minutes of trudging through, you make it to an opening in the jungle that has been made by several soldiers with chainsaws and axes. Any possible brush has been cut up by the soldiers with machetes or seemingly burned up. One soldier is wielding a flamethrower, burning a pile of broken branches and brush, sending a plume of black smoke, followed by a tall tower of white smoke that rises above the tree line. Harlan and Carl, you both see the two soldiers that you previously spared being handled rifles and some spare clothes. The chopping sound returns shortly before the helicopter sound returns shortly as the vehicle comes back flying over with two propellers pointed upwards, flies in and hovers over the cleared out area. Few lines of rope drop down the vehicle with crates of supplies and a crew of more soldiers. Currently in total, there's now 14 soldiers, 2 wielding chainsaws, 2 with axes, 1 with a flamethrower, 4 soldiers wielding SMGs, 2 with LMGs, and 3 with rifles. You can see the captain himself, but he seems to only be carrying a pistol. One last thing you can see, other than the setup crates and tents, is that you can actually see Ronald, your guide that was here before, and the chef that are tied up together in the open circle.
Not the chef!
Ronald looking the more beat up amongst the two. Give me everybody can. Give me a -2 notice roll on the captain. All right, what did everybody roll here? Did everybody roll yet? Still waiting.
I think I rolled. Yes, I did roll. Okay.
Okay, never mind. Harlan. Or no, that was Effie.
Different.
And
Effie exploded.
Sean. Okay, well,
So did Sean.
I think those are the only ones that succeeded, actually.
I'm busy putting down my bundles so that I can move without giving us away.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so Effie and Sean, you two notice that the left side of the captain's face is scarred up. It's probably from an injury from the tomb collapse. But you also notice that the scars tend to, on occasion, emanate that green familiar glow, almost like a pulsation of it. And one other note for everybody: the two soldiers with LMGs are dressed in all black uniform, wearing gas masks covering their face. The other soldiers are wearing gray uniforms. While the other soldiers seem more of average height, the two with the LMGs are probably about at least 6 foot high.
Harlen, I say Irishly. What do you think? Can you get him? By the way, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I believe Effie is correct. The captain is definitely the ghost. You can see the telltale emanations of green smoke coming from his face.
Not exactly possible to assassinate. It can't really be called an assassination if he's in the middle of a group. It could be if I.
Plenty of people have been
but
assassinated in the middle of a group. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, for
If I
one.
were a sniper, maybe, but it's not really an assassination at that point. It's just murder.
Okay, can you murder him?
And please do so.
The getting away without all of us dying is the hard part there.
I mean, yes, that's what I'm asking, if you could complete the whole operation. If you can't do it,
Not
you
as
can't do it.
is. No, if we need it, I need some sort of distraction at the least, or
I turn to distraction number 1, Montre. What do you have on the table, Montre?
Are you wanting me to kill them? Because you seem to not like that the last time I offered it.
No, killing is definitely on the table right now.
Because, my distraction may... So, I just want to make this clear. You said I can walk right up to them and just shoot them.
All right, I'm starting to formulate a plan.
Good, because my plan
Effie?
is to shoot them.
You are our expert on ghosts and undead. The captain does know who we are, but I never met the ghost. Does the ghost have the captain's memories, or can I deceive the ghost? Because I still have a major's uniform, and I speak good German. If the ghost doesn't know who I am, I can go in there and take over operations. I outrank him, and more importantly, I can just reveal that he's a ghost.
what if they're allied with the ghosts?
What are we going to do about the
Oh.
ghost itself?
I have some
Everything
thoughts.
all of you have said are just horrible ideas. There's over a dozen people here.
We've killed over a dozen people in the last hour.
When they were split up,
Yeah, I would note that I was the one who got them split up. Ignore that part. I think we can probably accomplish that. Concentrate only on the ghost problem, which is, the biggest problem. Let's start there.
I don't know for sure, but I feel like he probably will know who you are.
Effie, do you want to make a focus roll to see if you can sense if it's the ghost possessing the captain or the captain absorbing the ghost? Okay. A 14. Okay.
I know all things. I am Effie.
Okay. Well, with a 14, you're able to tell is the captain who seemed to have absorbed the ghost, the Emperor's powers, though it's a little bit more complicated as he doesn't have 100% of control from what you can gather, though he has most of it.
He will 100% will know who you are.
Okay, then several plans are definitely out of the question.
Where was the
Suppose we killed a guy. The ghost is going to go to another body. We saw that before.
Where was
It's
the
probably going to be
cooking
kind of miffed. Oh yeah, where are the prisoners?
Oh, where are the prisoners? There and there. I forgot to get a token for them.
Detailed map. They're there and there.
Yeah.
There and there. Where's there? Over there.
The Ronald is freshly beaten from an interrogation, essentially.
Is that a flamethrower up there?
Yep, the one that says
Yeah.
flamer.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. I think instead of attacking, because we will lose, we should just try and find a way to rescue the prisoners and leave.
I might have an idea. We still have those items we purchased from our vampire associate, don't we?
Yeah. Yes.
The choking thing and the thing that might work. Yes, I believe you mentioned those.
Let's see.
Well,
The occasionally bulletproof amulet and the invisibility cloak that might choke you.
I was hoping to use the cloak. Hopefully it shall work. If I can get into their stockpiles, I'm probably find some explosives there, whip something up, and well, I can make my own distraction from there.
Okay. So I will remind that you have quite a bit of grenades at the moment, at least at least a dozen.
Yeah, that as well. I just
And
need to
you
get around.
still have your other stick of dynamite.
Tell me about this strange unknown flying contraption. Is it still here, like offloading cargo and fueling or whatever?
No, essentially once the last guy gets out and the last crate gets out, it goes off back to the shoreline essentially.
Do I have an impression maybe that it might be making multiple trips? Would it be reasonable to think that it might be coming back again with more stuff?
I would say it'd be reasonable considering this would be probably its second round out here, at least from what you can know. The first one being when they dropped the initial troops at the tomb entrance that you ran into.
I don't know exactly what the contraption is, but it's in the air, and I have very good instincts for how to be in the air. If it's lowering lines, I could try to go up the lines and take it.
If anything happens, you're toast. You realize that. All you have to do is get pushed out of it, and then it's over for you. You're dead.
I guess I just won't get pushed out of it.
You're taking an awful lot of risks lately. I can't stop you. I just don't think it's a good plan.
He just kind of
None
shrugged.
of your plans have been good yet. Nobody's had a good plan.
We're working on what plan is good, Effie.
I mean, I don't know.
Do you have any to suggest?
Yeah, I did. I said we should just rescue those people and leave.
And how would you like to
100%
execute that rescue?
Not a plan.
Yeah, that's an objective.
I'm trying to switch objectives, I should say, before we start playing.
Okay. We're working our way through things. This is a process. We've done it every time.
I would recommend either setting off a distraction so we have less people to deal with to try and rescue them, or we could wait until night and hope most of them go to bed and just try to sneak our people out.
I don't think we should wait long. They're more likely to set up more defenses, and who knows if this is even all of them.
If that contraption comes back, it'll have more men on it.
I believe win
I mean,
would
they're-
most likely be the statement there, sir.
I mean, they're
Probably.
setting up. They're going to need more people, and this is to accommodate more people.
And the longer we try to figure out what to do, the longer it is for them to look around at each other, make a head count, and realize that their friends haven't come back from their original assignment at the cave.
And I have no idea how fast that contraption is in the air.
I turn to Montre and I say, "You're confident in using that gun?"
He looks down at it. It's original style, but it's exactly the same handling as my own.
Start heading into the jungle that we just came out of. I'll catch up with you in a minute. I'm going to need your help. And then I turn to everyone else and I say, the four of you are going to need to do whatever you have to overcome whatever defenses remain and rescue the target. Our rendezvous point is back at the car. We're all on the same page here?
As long as this plan you're doing isn't the same as the last one that you and I were a part of. You plan
When you
to be
say that, I take one of the MP5s and I do the slide motion so it makes an epic noise, and then I begin firing it wildly into the air at the edge of the jungle, and I scream loudly in German, "Help! It's him! It's the jungle man! He's after me!" in German, and then I start running deeper into the jungle saying, "Help me, please!" as I start running towards where Montre went to.
I'm gonna take a knee and wait for this to pass by.
As soon as he does this, I'm going to try and put on the invisibility cloak. Or, well,
Okay.
cloak of potential invisibility.
Okay.
I'd like to put on the amulet of maybe bulletproofing.
Okay. All right.
What is that? Boom.
I don't know. I think
So I think it's somebody joining and leaving. Oh yeah, because I just got booted.
I don't know why you got booted because you were in there twice for a second. Oh, there you are. That's odd.
Interesting.
I had to join.
Okay.
I
I'm
keep
not.
forgetting about it, then I hear ba-doo-doo.
Yeah. It's hopefully fine. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. So AP, give me a persuasion check at +2. And Harlen, you have to check to see if that thing chokes you out or not. Hold on a second. I believe it's a D6.
1d6.
Yeah, just don't roll a 1.
Oh, nice. I plus 4 to stealth.
Okay, I think I got at least one raise there.
Yeah.
Did indeed.
Okay. Yeah. And okay.
Just to
So
be clear, someone had just said The longer we take to make the plan, the less time we have to execute it. So
No, you're
Sean did
correct.
something immediately. I'm outlining it for the audience and for the rest of the party.
What
My
direction were you
plan-
wanting to lead them to?
Deeper into the jungle. The plan is for Montre to begin gunning everybody down as they Pied Piper their way towards me.
Okay, essentially where you back to be camed, or
Yeah, like I don't know how far in he's gonna go, but you know, I'm just gonna
Okay.
go where he went to and lure people in siren song style by just being like, "Oh God, I'm dying."
I'm pinned down by the man with the furs.
okay. So in this instance, we'll say you're going not directly the other way, but you're going towards like the southern region,
And we are to the side.
and you are to the
watching all this
side.
happen.
As I
You will
erase
take
a forest with a bullet hail.
pretty much the SMG guy, rifle guy,
The walking A10.
and we'll say one of the guys with the axes, he pulls out his rifle, and another SMG guy. And then Harlen, I need you to roll a stealth roll just in case you critically fail. Okay. Okay, you didn't need to roll.
All right,
You-
stop.
You didn't need to explode and
I
get
mean,
a
I'm going
16.
straight to the middle of camp, so
He's stealth Mark Tar stealth hazed all this. He's like from a TV show now.
So you're able to take very good well of this distraction that's going on.
So these four guys are effectively gone from the camp, right?
Essentially, yes. They're going to get shot here in a second.
Indeed.
So I don't. Harlan's got his cloak on, so it would be hard pressed to see him. But we know that he's going to be going into the camp.
Yeah.
I would like to move up the side.
So you want to be on the eastern side, essentially.
Yeah, I want to work my way up to like this corner.
Okay. That's make a stealth check.
Okay. Because while one of these people is invisible, the people he's rescuing aren't. So they need to look. The remainder need to look away.
Of course.
All right, I did not level that up.
I'll take one more rifle guy with you guys as well, because you rolled pretty well. Okay.
Okay, I'll take that.
Oh, yeah. That's all you need. Okay. Yeah, you can make it. Man, it's not letting me tab. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, you can make it up that way. Effie, where you want to be.
Yes, where I'm at.
Just stay there. Okay.
No.
And Harlan, you can pretty much approach it however, well, I wouldn't say necessarily however direction, but
Without any communication, I am hoping that he plans to go no further than the prisoners right now.
okay. Montre, go ahead and roll your mess of dice. Do you want to take the -2 or do you want to go with the random hit table?
Montre?
Montre?
Sorry, I had to go FK for a second. What's up?
That's it. Do you want, you can go ahead
It's
and make your
back,
shots. Do you want to take the -2 or do you want to just do just a random hit table?
As long as Sean's not involved in the random hit table, I'll do the random hit table.
He's not. You just have to make your shots then.
Okay. We'll play this game the way it was meant to be played. Full auto. I always forget I have to go to every tab because I'm a player.
Is this the first time you're shooting this in this arc?
Since we restarted. I mean,
We took prisoners. We didn't let him kill those guys.
you didn't let me shoot. Yeah, they kept blue balling me on all these missions. I don't have bows, but you know, it's interesting. All right, so
Literally giving you the perfect opportunity to shoot a bunch of ducks in a row.
I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
it twice actually. I could have just walked down that tunnel before I'd done it too. That's why he was mad at you. He's like, oh, "Come on, I was gonna kill him."
No,
Anywho.
feel the wrath. It's your time.
All right. Oh,
Okay.
so
It looks like it added the
three
-2,
hits?
but we're ignoring that. Should be 4. No, no 3. Yeah, you're right. No raises though.
No, that's unfortunate. But damage. So 9 per shot, I assume, or do I need to roll damage for each one?
Each one.
Okay. Shaken and 2 wounds if they fail.
One guy's definitely dead. Then the other 2 are kind of shaken and shocked. And we'll say it's a SMG guy that's dead. AP, do you want to take shots? AP?
I just realized I was muted the whole time. So I am not going to shoot. I'm the siren. I'm the distraction. I want them to keep coming after this shooting starts. You know what I mean? Like, I am attracting them to come to me, not blowing my cover. So no, I will not shoot.
So I'm at 80 out of 100 bullets in the gun.
I'll wait a couple more rounds before I worry about you running out of ammo.
I pulled up the page in the book.
Yeah. It's I think 2 is
20.
like 5 shots, 3 is
Yeah.
10, and they jump
4
up
is
to 20, and then 5 is like 40.
Yeah. The 20, 20. It's like 1, 5, 10, 20, 20, 30. No, another 10. It goes back to 10. Weird.
Okay, so everybody at the campsite are able to hear the massive volley of shots going out into the jungle. Was definitely not something that they're familiar with, as all these guys are now flipping their heads towards this jungle, but still not really paying attention to the two prisoners at the moment, as a couple of guys will shimmy their way over. Carl, what do you want to do?
Well, a bad idea, but
That's standard protocol.
So
I
situation normal.
dislike the presence of Flammenwerfer. I would like to. I'm gonna start shooting.
Okay. Are you?
If I can keep the rest of them like peeled, like looking down, looking south and northeast, then he should be able to grab those guys, those prisoners, and boogie out the west side.
Are you wanting to shoot the tank specifically, or just shoot at the guy itself?
Ooh, how much harder would it be to hit the tank?
I would say at a -2, because you're technically doing a called shot, but it's not like a small tank, so it wouldn't be super difficult.
Yeah, I want to try to hit the tank.
I mean, you could just use half your clip to try to do it.
Yeah, I am gonna multi-action. I'm gonna fire twice.
And for people at home, I'm sorry I said clip. I meant magazine. People get upset over that.
The first is gonna be 10 rounds at the fuel tank on the flame.
Okay.
Flaming with.
You're just going to go all straight into it.
I'm gonna try. I
Okay.
figure, I hope I'm hoping he explodes, or at the very least, he won't be burning me alive.
Yeah, no, that's. I think I just remember. I think I get caught in PTSD because in the system she got messed up by flamethrower before.
Oh,
Yeah.
flamethrowers! It's not just you. Every time I've played this and there's a flamethrower, it has killed a player.
Yeah.
They are really bad.
Well, I've decided it's going first.
They also have further reach than you expect, but that's out of character, so you don't know that.
No penalty there. I'm a 1 to 3, so rate of fire 3.
Just keep at the rate of fire penalty, and that will use. Well, no, because you're called shotting it. No, just keep it at the
Yeah.
-2.
I think I've got everything set
Yep.
right.
I don't know if your webcast thing is still recording.
It
Wow, that
says it
is-
is, so I'm going to assume it is. I mean, I'm recording on OBS as well, so if it's not a huge issue.
Well, I think I'm gonna spend a penny on this if I can.
Not a great roll.
Can you?
Are those with the -2s? Like, what are those exactly?
I gotta
Your
check.
main die and wild die was both in that one, so
Yeah, I gotta double check if that's a critical failure.
Yeah, the roll 1 attack, rate of fire 1 attack, or 3 attack was giving you the -2 as well.
I think it would have said it as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's
it
ROF
says
3
rolled
attack.
one on his first one and on his wild die, so
Yeah,
it
still
seems
rolled
like
2
it's a
ones.
fail.
No bueno.
Critical
Here we go.
failure. Blah, 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 blah. Rate of fire higher than 1. Critical failure with multiple dice occurs when more than half the dice rolls are a natural 1.
More than half, specifically?
Yeah, so technically, no, you did not critically fail. So it'd have to be.
So it's a good thing I did rate of fire 3.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't have had
So,
enough dice to avoid a crit fail.
Yeah. so if you had rolled an extra 1, you would have been not great. So yeah, you can re-roll that.
Okay.
That's good to know for the future.
Wow.
Okay, you got 1 hit in.
I got a hit though.
Did that take a -3 off you? Because 1 was a 7. Oh, minimum strength. Okay, I see why.
I'm not bracing it right now.
You wouldn't have hit anyway, so that doesn't matter. Go ahead and roll damage for the one that hit.
I'm
that
rolling
should
like a
be-
superstar.
Yeah.
Is that enough to blow the tank?
Yeah. This is pulp. This is pulp action. That should be more than enough to hit it and then ignite it and then blow everybody else next to him up.
Awesome.
What is the damage on flamethrower? I believe it was 3d6. Is it not?
That's
So the
Very-
guy who holds the flamethrower is definitely dead. That's no question. That's happening. The other guys will take 3d6.
How big is this blast radius?
I'm going to say it's enough to catch him and the guys closest to him, which are over there. Let's see how big a medium blast typically. Yeah, it'd be a little bit bigger than that. Yeah, I will say it gets those 2 there. So we're going to do the SMG guy. He's dead, and the rifle guy, but
He
he's
wishes
alive.
he was dead.
Yeah, he's probably heavily singed. So yeah, you and I guess you're going to use your other action that you have for your.
Yeah, I don't want to shoot at these guys because I don't want the chance of hitting any of what we have going on here.
That's fair.
I also do not like the idea of being murdered with a chainsaw. So I'm going to fire at the group down here, and if I get some, I'll try to walk some shots out.
Okay, you don't have to have the negative this time then. We'll just have to keep that in mind because they'll probably put it on there anyway.
Yeah, it automatically puts it on the rate of fire attack. So you have to just give yourself the trait modifier bonus to offset it for the roll if you want to auto it.
I guess unless, are you proning? Are you prone right now?
No.
No?
Because I
Okay.
don't want to be stuck on the ground when a maniac with a chainsaw runs me down.
He's got a little bit of ways to get away from you, so you'd be fine for a round.
Yeah, Carl can't measure in squares, though, and he doesn't like the idea of being viciously mauled by a chainsaw.
That's fair.
What are these squares, by the way? The classic 5 feet?
We'll say so, just to make it easier. I think technically it's supposed to be like 2 yards, or 2 meters, which is 6 feet, so
Well, I roll better this time. I got 2 hits.
3.
3 hits?
Yeah, because your wild die got 1. Because you can replace the wild die with 1.
Okay.
So first one's obviously going to go into the chainsaw, guys. Go ahead and roll damage. Where's that hit?
Nice.
You hit him in the head, so that actually takes him out.
All right.
Okay, second shot. I'm guessing
To the melee guy.
melee guy. Well, the one with that woodcutter's axe. I believe that's probably dead. Right leg, but you did 11 damage.
Yeah.
So he's shaken and he is slower now than your last one.
I'll put on the SMG.
11 again, and one more. That's the groin. He gives up on life. He's dead. If he hadn't died, he would give up on life. That's the first time those were rolled.
Yeah, I guess.
He's dead.
Yeah, I drop the bar and get ready to pull the shotgun.
Okay. Now, do you have slugs that were loaded in that, or are they?
It's buckshot.
Okay.
These people aren't robots or dead people, so I will use buckshot
Okay.
and hope that I didn't get another bad batch of shells.
Well, we'll find out. Effie, anything you want to do?
Not at the moment because she's not entirely sure what's going on.
Okay. Just chaos, essentially.
Yeah, I'm aware that it's chaos. I know what's going on. She doesn't really know what's going on.
Okay. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. We're going to start drawing cards for initiative. Shuffle.
Shuffle.
So can I only play cards on my turn, or is that specified on the card?
When initiative starts, no, it's pretty much whatever situation applies. You can play them whenever.
Well, then, what kind of extras would these guys count as? Nazi?
Is there an action card that specifies that?
At the beginning of combat, choose one specific and identical type of extra, i.e. wormlings, toxic zombies, cultists. For the duration of your fight, all your attacks gain plus 1d6 damage against them.
You could just specify soldier.
Older then. I really hate these guys.
You really hate Nazis? I don't know that anyone's going to argue with that.
I imagine I imagine occasional HK-47 vibe lines from Couture coming from Montre on occasion, calling people meatbags.
Am I allowed to kill these meatbags?
Okay, so there'll be 5 of you guys, the extras, and then the captain and the ones next to the captain.
You know, that's probably a question that I should have asked earlier, but we know the captain has a pistol, but we didn't ask about the imposing black armored guys. What guns are they carrying?
MG-34s.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Mistakes were made.
The good guns.
Of course.
This is why I'm not laying down. I would like to be able to run away.
It's okay. They're not as good at shots as I am.
This man has confidence because he's not going to have to deal with them here in a second.
Meh.
So AP,
I gotta finish off my group first before I go on to
Cotton,
Beckett's.
Harlen, who he actually landed on a Joker, so that's going to be nice for him in the second.
Joker.
Kain, and then Sound.
Guessing a 3 is not good.
3 of Hearts, well, no, typically not. Though, I mean, you're fine. You're in disguise, so you'd be all right. I mean, predominantly, Montre is going to probably shoot most of your guys before you have to worry about it in a second.
I'm gonna do my best.
Okay, so it goes from, well, highest is obviously ace down to the lowest, which would be a 2. Then it goes into reverse alphabetical order as far as the suit order. So it'd be spades, hearts, diamonds, and then clubs. So, like, if you were here in the group there, you would go before the captain and his 2 guys, but you'd be going before or going after the rest of the extras.
I'm going to choose to go first with the Joker.
I was going to say that you can choose to go whenever you want, essentially. And then you'll have a +2 to pretty much everything.
Yep. There's even an edge that you give him more bonuses just for having the Joker, which I thought about taking, but then I realized that Joker doesn't come up often enough to rely on that.
You're not feeling lucky.
I'm gonna apply Get Savage to actually get Dead Shot, which when my action card is the Joker, double the total damage of my first successful throwing or shooting roll around.
Unbelievable! This is unbelievable!
Man, that's a very specific situation for you to use that card. Okay, yeah, yeah. When an action card is a Joker. Okay. Yeah, that's all right.
I need the audience to understand this show isn't scripted, despite the amount of bullshit that we get away with.
Proceed. I feel like I'm the guy who can't do anything against the blue player countering him. That's yeah.
Well, you know my target.
Yeah, no,
It's like, yeah, go ahead, take your turn, jerk.
Okay.
Grandpa Harlen in the 80s, sitting with 4 kids at his feet, just going, and that's how I killed a Nazi ghost.
Go ahead and roll another d6 you hit with a raise. What the hell's going on? What happened here? Oh, did you just re-rolled it completely?
Yes, I deal 44 damage to the leader.
Yeah, no, I see that. Is that okay? Let me. I just want to look at what a tank is.
Panicking. I need everyone to understand this is going to be a final boss fight. So, Pondo's scrambling to look for some ability, Arcadum style. That's like, oh, the boss ignores the first shot.
I mean, realistically, I don't have a reason to. He does have some bullshit, but he hasn't had a reason to use it quite yet. Nor is he able to, unless I'll double check one power in a second. But I was going to see if that's enough damage he could have done to shoot a tank.
Pretty close. There's
Shoot a
vehicles.
tiger with your 1911.
Let's
As
see
we
here.
all know, you could defeat Saving Private Ryan style. You could defeat any tank with a pistol, as long as that pistol is spotting for an A10.
Okay, so
Specifically when firing God's caliber.
the toughness of a Tiger 2 is 34, with 16 of it being armor mainly.
He's only got armor pen 1, so
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that would have actually done damage to a tank.
it's still
10 damage.
The anti-tank pistol need lives.
But it wasn't a tank, so it's not. Okay.
But we know what it can do.
I've made so many jokes about that, and here we are.
Here you are.
There is hope for it still. Okay.
So what happens to this guy?
No, nothing I can use as a reaction or anything. So essentially, Carl, you're seeing there and then looking between the two big guys like, I want to have to deal with those in a second, aren't I? And then you see the captain you hear a small gunshot and see the captain just fall flat.
Do I see anything leave his body?
No.
I want to say I like that, but I really don't. But that's a problem.
That's a later
runs.
problem.
Kane, he isn't going to dance again. His guilty feet have got no rhythm.
But after that shot, the two other guys are now looking at Harlan's direction.
Well, I'm going to actually start using my multi-actions, because that's a thing we haven't used yet.
He fans the hammer on his revolver and he takes all of them out.
You're supposed to declare your multi-action first, because each multi-action you take is a penalty to every action.
Does it? It says
Yes.
it. Let's see. Each additional action builds. Okay, yeah. Never mind. Then
Yeah.
I don't.
Realistically, if you want, you'd just be
And
at a regular roll.
It's a -2 to everything you do for each action, and if you do a third action, it's -4 to every roll.
But right now you have a Joker, so it's a +2 to everything you do. So you could
did you
do it
even-
just as a regular
Did
action,
you even factor
essentially.
in your +2 for the Joker?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's already happened. So never mind then. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll actually just. Oh, still on that. Move.
I mean, you
I
did
can do
just
that.
like absolutely nuke the guy. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not a killer. Boom.
No, I am the one who is definitely
Oh.
a killer. I have never.
Yeah,
lied.
Harlan never denied it. It was Carl all the way.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. It's
Carl's the one with mixed feelings over killing people.
Okay, well, all right.
All right, there. I'm done with it for now.
Never have I thought that would have happened immediately. Okay, well.
The circumstances were so narrow, and it worked.
I could have sworn he was going to get rid of that card eventually. I forgot all about it, and here I am.
Oh.
Yeah, all right. It'd be no, Carl will be next with the jack.
Do I have to use up an action to draw my shotgun, or is that just like part of movement? Or
I would just say it would be part of your movement last turn, so you can have your shotgun out.
so the short range on my shotgun.
So how the buckshot damage works is that your short range will be the 3d6, medium is the 2d6, and then long range is 1d6.
Okay, so as long as I'm for this shotgun, it's 12, 24, 48. As long as I'm at 12 or closer, I'm blasting as blasty as I'm going to blast.
Yes, and you'll be
Okay.
getting the +2 to hit because of the buckshot.
I don't want to shoot at the. I don't want to shoot where I could pass through and hit them.
If you shot at the rifle guy, I would say you wouldn't have to worry about accidentally shooting at your buddies. But if you shoot at one of the other bigger guys, then yeah, you would have to worry about that. And
Yeah.
keep in mind with the buckshot, it'd be on one in rolls 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think I need to move to the side. My pace is how many squares I can move.
6.
I got a tree stump. All right. I would like to multi-action shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shoot the rifleman once and the melee guy once.
Well, we'll shoot the rifle. Try to shoot at the rifleman first and see if you
See if I completely whiff it.
get this critical fail here real quick.
I'm at short range.
Yep.
I'm not bothering with a called shot.
You'll hit.
Okay, no raise, so just the regular damage.
Yep. Yep. Peace out.
17 damage.
Yeah. So this poor rifleman's been whipped around a lot. First, he got whipped down towards the south, towards Montre and Sean's direction. Then he got whipped to the side because his buddy blew up, taking another one of his buddy out with the flamethrower. Then he got whipped to the other side towards Harlen after the captain got shot in the head. Now he's getting whipped back around, and he just flies and kind of just bounces off the one, I would say, bodyguard, or at least former bodyguard. He's dead.
All right, going for this guy.
Okay. Come on, I need to win here and whiff at least once.
I mean, I whiffed my first roll.
No, I mean whiff. I mean you. There we go.
There you go. See, this is what when you speak it becomes truth.
I just wanted one. All right. I just had to throw away a whole monologue, a potential monologue situation, just because he got shot in the back of the head
Don't worry, I
No.
got you.
by anti-tank round.
Carl might just have to swear off buckshot. He just can't find a reliable vendor.
Yeah. So after you shot the first guy, I was like, okay, this is going to work out fine. And then as you're like pump it to eject the old one, put in the new, the one that you're trying to eject gets stuck halfway through, and you can't get it out right immediately.
Gotta stop buying German guns. Okay.
That was American
it's not a
guns
German
problem.
gun.
He's buying British shells. That's the problem.
Montre just assumes everything that fails. is German.
My American
exact
shotgun
opposite
does
of
not like
reality.
British shells.
Yeah, they for some reason tried to make the shotgun shells in metric. It wasn't working out with the 12 gauge.
So
Slightly more square than they're supposed to be as well for some reason.
other than standing there awkwardly wondering why that guy's not dead, does anything else happen, or is it just jams?
You just jam.
Okay.
You weren't really close enough to anybody that would accidentally hit, so
Okay.
you're just staying there, half cover behind a stump.
Now that I'm standing in the open, visible against those machine guns, I would like to play a card.
Okay. Is it the love interest thing?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Last Stand.
Your hero and allies within 5 inches or 10 yards gain
So-
+2 parry and toughness until
Really,
Okay.
I'm trying to get toughness while these guys light me the fuck up.
that's a premium.
Peloton immediately begins playing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that pretty much protects you, maybe.
And I've got the necklace of occasional bulletproofing, so we'll see how this pans out.
All right.
Might be boned.
You're probably fine. Next up is Montre.
Okay. Well, it's going to surprise everyone as I shoot at people. I'll do that.
Okay.
They won't see that coming because hopefully they'll be dead. Where'd my character sheet go? There you go. So it keeps like closing it. It's weird. Anywho, read a 4. Let's see if it doesn't take off the -2 because I think I fixed that. Took that off of my rolling. I don't get any bonuses
If
until
not, we have
damage
to
time.
check for it. I see an 8 in there. 3. Okay. So we got a
2 with raises.
2 with raises.
yeah. So it'd be 3 hits. So do the first one. Which one do you want that to be hit on? One of the fresher guys or one of the guys you've already hit?
One of the fresher guys gets. I want the unhit guy to get the raises just to give him more damage to him.
Okay, so we'll do the rifleman first.
All right, so I'm gonna click raise damage.
Yep, and you'll hit him in the groin unless you kill him straight out, which you do.
Well, 12
Okay, rolling all the groin and headshots today apparently.
plus another D6 because I got that.
Yeah.
Thing. But he's dead. He's definitely dead. I guess the melee guy. He's not been hit with the next raise.
Yep, you'll hit him in the head. Jesus
Head.
Christ, what is going on?
Oh, wow. So for 24
So
damage
his
to the
head just gets
face?
blown off.
20 plus 1 more D6. Yeah.
Ugh.
And then, God, which of the last two do you want to hit?
The SMG guy.
Okay,
He 22 damage to wherever I hit him.
let's see if it's a groin or head again. No, right arm, but you would have just killed him straight out after the wounds. All right, so Jesus Christ.
God is just barking. All right, I'm going to try this button. It says it reduces my ammo. Let's see if it actually works.
If not, we know you're down to 60.
Yeah. Nope. Didn't change anything. 60.
Yeah.
Manually update it.
Okay. Yeah, Sean, you just see those 4 guys that are behind you just get wiped out, or at least majority of them wiped out, except for one guy who was shot previously. One losing his head, one losing his groin, and then the other one losing a leg. Next up is Effie.
Hey, we're embracing bad ideas.
I feel like there's like a mom moment where she's like, everyone get in this cab right now. I said, no killing everybody.
No, she said it was a bad idea, which could have been, but circumstances change.
But you know
Effie
what?
said she didn't even want to come here, so she's not thrilled.
But you know what? Even if I get riddled with bullets, we managed to encounter a flamethrower and it didn't kill someone in the party. So you're
Yeah,
welcome.
you're actually really lucky. You don't know how bad those are.
I mean, I assume they would have to be pretty horrific as a flamethrower.
If they hit you, you will die. Like, that's it. They do so much damage.
So essentially, it would be a template that would have probably touched you. I can show you what the template
'Cause they've
looks
got
like.
like far range. They've got a lot of range.
This template here, I don't know if you can see it.
Yep.
So it'd pretty much be covering you. Then you have to make an agility test.
Hey, I'm good. With
If you fail it, you take the full 3d6 damage. If you pass it, I think you take half. So it would have probably not been fun for you at the moment if you got hit by that. But you took care of it, so it's fine. As those are going to show up more now. I'm just going to let you know now.
I'm sorry I killed this one. Don't punish me with more flamethrowers.
No, it's been my plan to add more flamethrowers because World War II was the time that more war crimes were added later on.
Did new ways to create war crimes, and then later was like, you know what? I don't want people doing that to my guys.
Yeah.
Put that on the list.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So Effie, are you doing anything? You're just going to...
I'm trying to.
Okay. What you doing?
You said the people were here?
Yeah.
I'm going to cast a barrier right here. I can make like a little line for it.
So I was trying to do it, but I can't.
I can't figure out how to make a line either.
There you go. That'll work. Maybe. Well, they're barriered. So in case they accidentally get shot by somebody.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, you got to make the roll first.
I'm going to give it the modifiers of damage. So if someone touches it, they do take 2d4 damage.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that succeeds.
And it's pretty big. So I'm reading how it's 10 yards long and 2 yards tall.
Oh, okay. So that's like...
Just cut the camp in half.
That's the point.
Who knew? I'm trapped on one side with the big guns.
Interesting.
If I remember right, you rolled very stealthily, so I don't know where you're at.
I barely succeeded at my stealth.
Well, he made himself
that
more
was Harlen
apparent.
who rolled like the 18, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he
Harlen
made himself
did it.
apparent when he assassinated my guy. So it's kind of...
I was going
Fair.
to get him.
It's okay. I am also on this side if it makes him feel better. Don't put it over the prisoners. I don't want them to touch it.
Are you wanting to like here?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't want. Because if you touch the barrier, you take 2d4 damage.
Interesting. Okay.
It's made out of broken bones and ghostly flames.
Ooh. Fun.
Interesting.
I like that.
All right. Anything else?
Montre's going to be like, oh, the priceless. I'm sorry, Effie.
Okay. Next up would be the extras, or what's left of them, essentially.
All three.
I guess first thing, see if the rifle guy will be able to make it,
You're going to survive his wounds.
or be able to, bear it.
Oh, that's right, because he's shaking, because I still hit
Yeah.
him.
He is unshook but cannot act. Not that that's going to matter here in a second. Chainsaw guy
Completely fine.
is
That's good,
going
that's
to
fair.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to go after Harlen, who just shot the captain.
Uh-oh. Magic Crystal Man has a chainsaw.
Chainsaw.
He wasn't intimidated by the pocket bazooka.
He didn't see the pocket bazooka.
Oh, no.
What's your parry, Harlen?
Yes, that's
Parry
the point.
6.
Oh, okay. So you're fine.
You
That's
managed to-
unfortunate. So yeah, this guy pretty much runs at you like a chainsaw massacre. What's the guy's name?
I feel like this is like bubble gum and lollipop
Yeah,
and
since
Devil May
guys-
Cry, where he blocks with his pistol.
It's something face.
Resident Evil 4, where he blocked, yeah. Leatherface. Yeah, he pretty much runs at you like that, and you just somehow manage to step out of the way of the flailing chainsaw guy. Then the other guy actually has to get unshook. See if he does. He does not. He's still shaking.
What is going on in this bleeding jungle?
Yeah, Sean.
Yes, so there's just one guy, right?
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
one's got riddled to death. Just one guy
All
left.
right. So
Sizable holes in the no.
I basically want to induce him to surrender to me.
Okay.
You know, just be like, hey, look, it's in your best interest to lay down arms. It's clear the Jungle Man has us. We should surrender quietly to his dark African magics.
I think you're right. He got machine gun.
No. That's clearly one of our own men accidentally shooting us. The Jungle Man doesn't have guns.
What?
What are you talking about? Are you seeing things? Has he ensorcelled you with an illusion?
I don't know.
Am I slowly becoming more Dutch for some reason?
It sounds like it.
I'm just worried. My leg was hurt earlier and I'm in pain.
Go ahead and make a persuasion at +2.
Okay, persuasion at
Is she
plus.
crazy? There's no one shooting guns. Boom, boom.
I didn't say there was no one shooting guns. I said there was no one shooting a machine gun.
Because
at
one
us.
of our guys shot us.
One of our own guys shot us. Yeah. I mean, look, this kind of thing happens. Okay, do I get any bonuses?
+2.
But he did not need it.
13. Yeah, no, he's going to drop his rifle and then just lay down on the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna very clearly switch and say, do you speak the Queen's English? Sorry, the King's English. You've been captured, mate.
Oh.
Then I'm gonna hold my machine pistol over him and say, well, I suppose, my friend. And by the way, I am full on faking an English accent. I'm not using Sean's natural Irish accent. I'm basically going for like a Southeast London sort of accent, and I'm just like, well, old chap, you'll be coming back with us. There is no magic. Your SAF is some sort of crazy drug-induced amphetamine plot, and there is no Jungle Man either. Montre, let's go hope our companions had as much success as we did, chap. Wink. As I, strip this guy of all of his useful gear and disarm him and lead him back to camp.
Okay, you'll be back in a couple rounds then.
Yeah, I'm fucking with this guy really badly.
Yeah,
by the way.
I
Obviously,
get it.
magic is real.
I understand. Okay, so then it's left is the former bodyguards. I'm going to say the one to the
most dangerous actual guys left.
Yeah. The northern one is going to... He really doesn't need to move anywhere. He just needs to turn around and point his gun at poor Carl.
So tell me again how toughness works.
I need to... Essentially, when you roll damage, you have to meet the value of the toughness to make them shaken. If the damage roll goes 4 over, then you take a wound with that, and every 4 after that, it's another wound.
Okay.
So hope that
I have 9 toughness right now.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
You're probably going to need it.
I'm going to get shaken. So shaken. Probably also hurt.
It is possible.
MG34.
What a wonderful gun.
Are they going to worry
Don't you
about...
hate German engineering?
He does. He doesn't even realize that he's fixed one and made it better. Which will then he'll just say, well, obviously, if they had me around, they'd have a better gun.
Do I take the -2? I will not. I will randomly try to hit you in random locations. Okay, so...
All right.
I gotta look back now. Was it half or more than half?
It was more than half. Otherwise,
Okay.
I would have jammed on my first bar shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's fine, but he's going to hit you twice at least.
At least they weren't raises.
You are behind the log, so your legs are covered.
Okay.
If he rolls the location for legs, you're okay-ish. That log's not going to be doing good, though.
Let's see how much the first hit's going to do.
Yeah, so first hit is going to hit your right arm. 4. Where did he go? 6 damage, so it
6
doesn't hurt
damage?
you.
Oh, boy.
Second one,
8 damage. I got
8.
it.
Well, let's see if it hits your head. Nope, it hits the leg, hits the
That's
tree.
Woo! Oh, God. There's still another one, though.
Yeah, but that
two.
one's going to go after Harlen, which he's going to...
He has to shoot through the barrier to hit him.
Does the barrier stop me from going through, or does it hurt if I just touch it in general? That is the question.
I think it has to stop you from going through because she paid bonus power points to make it hurt you. What would be the point otherwise?
Okay, that's fair. So
Right?
he
Am
will
I
try to
crazy in
just go
thinking that's what she
through...
said?
He will try to just go through the skeleton in flames because it just looks like skeleton in flames. So Effie, you can roll me 2d4.
Well, I'm not sure how to roll without the button anymore. With the
Type in
savage modes.
/R, then 2d4 x4.
It's not a valid chat message or command.
That's weird. I'll go ahead and roll it real quick then. So 6.
It works when I roll it.
That's interesting.
Gotta be Kane's character.
He is fine. So seeing he can't go through, he'll go around. So you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll be pointing at. Huh?
You can't go through it though. It is technically solid, but they can break it.
He went around.
I know. You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. So I mean, the way you described it, it wouldn't look like you could just step right through, but he couldn't. I was like, oh, okay. So you went around. Harlen.
Yep.
He will not be taking the -2 as well. So we'll see how your luck rolls out. Not as good.
No
So
raises at least.
fails.
No, because the minimum strength thing shouldn't apply. So it'd be 5/5. So yeah, it'd be 3 hits on you, which is better than potential 4.
Could that natural one hit chainsaw guy?
Yeah, it will. And it's very obvious he didn't care about hitting the comrade in front of Harlen either. The first shot on Harlen is going to be a groin. It'll be 11. What's your toughness?
Toughness is 4.
Okay, so it'd be 4. 8 would be so 4 is shaken. 8's the wound. So you'll only be taking wound. Do you want to try to soak it?
Yeah.
With a Benny? Okay. So use a Benny and make a vigor roll. Pass. So you will not take that wound, and you will not be shaken.
Oh.
And by totally avoiding it, he also avoids the groin effect.
Losing his groin, yeah.
They lose
I-
the morale to fight. Oof. That's
That's been on there for a while. It would have actually came in effect quite a bit if you hadn't just straight up killed them. The right arm will be 8 damage, so it'd be a shaken with a wound. You want to try soaking that again?
Yeah.
You're good. You're good with the 10.
I just spend the many.
Yeah.
and make sure.
And last one will hit right leg.
Mm.
Actually, you could have ignored the first wound. I just forgot about that. But I don't know if you want to be taking a wound yet.
I also don't want to be disarmed.
That's also there was a chance you could have succeeded against it, but right leg will hit for 14, so that'd be shaken and 2 wounds, but you ignore the first wound.
Cut this leg. Yeah.
So it'd be 1 wound,
And you'd be slowed by 1.
which that means you just go 7 instead of 8.
Holy shit, you're fast.
Yeah.
I'm over here like, man, I moved 6. I feel good.
Well, he took a feat for that specifically. Do you want to try soaking up another wound again, or you just want to leave it?
I'm trying to remember what does wound do?
So wound will give you pretty much -1 on everything you do. It would be including pace, so you'd go from a pace 8 to a pace 6 essentially because of the leg hit.
I'll just take the wound.
Okay, so you'll be at pace 6 and then you'll have a wound. Oh, then I got to figure out what happens with the chainsaw guy. 9, and then see where he gets hit as I put away the table torso, so he gets shaken from the friendly fire.
Oh, pretty alarming to get shot in the back by your buddy.
Yeah. So I mean that could have gone a lot worse. That could have gone better. But yeah, Harlen, you noticed that guy was just shooting directly into you, not caring about the chainsaw guy in front of you.
Yeah.
And I think that puts us to a new round. 5 more cards. Actually, I have to shuffle, then draw, because you drew a joker immediately. Oh, that's not enough. It's not as big a problem. So first one will be Carl, who's up first with the
So
king.
I have to spend an action to clear my weapon for use, right?
Yes.
So if I wanted to clear and shoot, I'd have to multi-action.
Yeah, or you could just essentially say spend your movement and fix your weapon real quick.
I want to get close enough to this thing that he has to fight me in melee. I don't want to get rid of the bullets.
Okay. I mean, you can definitely get up there first and then, yeah, spend one
Yeah,
action to
yeah.
reset your shotgun and the other one. Just keep in mind you'll be shooting against his parry, not the 4 if you get in melee range. So if you want to shoot first and then get close to him.
Okay. So I will multi-action.
Yep.
I'm going to, because that guy looks like he's covered in armor.
He is armored up, I will confirm. Meaning it doesn't mean anything when Harlen shoots his anti-take round against him.
I'm pretty sure its armor isn't as heavy as a tank's.
It's more about your damage output than your armor penetration, though.
Since I'm already having to fiddle with the action on my shotgun in order to be able to get it to run again, can I, when I rack it back to clear the empty shell, can I drop a slug in?
Yep, absolutely. You can drop a slug into the chamber before you re-rack it.
Okay.
I will accept this.
I'm going to do I'm going to multi-action 2-action. First one to clear with and drop the slug in. Second is going to be to fire the slug.
Okay.
I have no more use for your services. Oh, wait.
Slugs. Right, so there's 2 different slug entries here. One is a blood drop and the other one is a target.
So the target would be what you're shooting because you don't get the +2 with the buckshot. So that might be why it has the blood drop's probably for the damage, which would be 2d10.
Okay.
I guess we'll find out anyway. That'll hit.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Or were you hoping for a raise?
Yeah, I'll just do 20 damage.
Oh yeah, because you had zeros. I thought that said a 1, but no, it was
10,
0.
yeah.
Let's not. I mean,
If I have to, I'll slum it with the 20 damage crew.
so he is toughness. What's a slug? Is a slug AP1?
There's no AP.
No AP. Okay. So he's toughness 9.
My armor
So
penetrating
shaken,
shotgun.
then 4, then actually 13. That'd be damage, and then he would be out.
My armor penetration is based in newtons.
The concussive force is what hurt him, really. That's
I peel you out of your armor. I don't actually hurt your armor. I want it.
You shoot the guy, and you notice the hole that you hit him with the slug is not bleeding. It is, well, to put in Montre terms, leaking.
Oh boy. Well, I am still going to make that move that I plan to do.
Okay.
And I feel like doing more than that is a bit of a stretch of my turn, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. Next up is actually AP with the Jack of Spades. And he came up. Who would have thought?
Hello. I mean, do we make it back to camp and see this scene
Oh, that's right. You guys are.
in turn, or are we moving?
You'd be moving.
Okay, then just
That's
pass
right.
my turn.
Yep. So then we'll be seeing if Chainsaw Guy, Unshakens. No, he's super shook. And then Melee can act. So he's unshook, shaken, and can act normally, which he will probably hack Stinging Slasher over to Carl.
I have a parry of 10.
Yeah. Okay. It's all right. I'll just explode and then roll another one and get a raise and then.
Stop speaking your witchcraft.
You're just saying is there's a chance. Miracle.
No. Nowhere close.
I believe in miracles.
Next up is Effie again.
What's the range for small range again?
For small blast.
It's just the range just says small.
It's like 4 yards across. It's a diameter of 2 squares.
So that'd be.
So the range is 2 squares.
Yeah, that'd be small blast template.
Not blast template. It's just the range.
So it'd be just 2 squares from you.
Yes, thank you. There's nothing I can do unless I walk through the other people that are here. Can't do.
I mean, there's only 3 people left at the moment.
There's 5 on here.
Huh? Well,
this guy's not on the map.
Yes, but I would have to walk through the people that are still up to get range of any of my compadres.
Yeah. Bad guys.
Gonna move up here.
Okay. Do you want to run to see if you can get a little bit further?
No, because I don't want to draw attention to myself.
That's fair. Entirely understandable.
I don't have a high toughness. If I get shot, I'm gonna. We've already seen what happens if I get shot. I just die.
Just fold over.
Nah, you just.
But I rolled that amazing medical aid. It was all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if that's
that can never happened.
nothing else for you, next up would be Harlen, which you would be shaken. So you need to either. So you can go ahead and make your spirit roll and see if you can unshake yourself. No, you can go ahead and spin a Benny if you want, so you can act as normal.
Yeah, I'll spend a penny.
So be unshaken.
And take out the last card. I'm going to declare I'm going to multi-action and take 2 shots.
Interesting. What else do you have up your sleeves that I don't know about?
Oh, it is a -2 to both actions.
So you'd be at a
But
-3.
I feel like that's probably not an issue for you.
I also do. It's going to be -1 total because of my trademark weapon.
Oh, that's right. That's you hit for the first one. I see this is calculated. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my god! This shit, dude.
30 damage.
Yeah, 30 damage. I'm not serious about the anti-tank rounds. I want you to know. What the fuck? Okay.
The chainsaw guy just spontaneously turned into red mist?
No.
I was shooting the other guy, the armor guy.
Yeah.
He's an actual threat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. No. You take your patented 45 ACP designed to take down drug addicts over the Philippines, and somehow managed to blow a hole bigger than a slug that Carl shot the other guy through this guy, and he drops down leaking the same blue, gooey, oily mess as the other guy. You already took the multi-action if you want to go ahead and shoot the guy in front of you. You just, again, would be shooting at his parry instead of his... Granted, you could just take a step back and then shoot at your 4 because he's shaking and can't do anything against you.
Yeah, I mean, I might as well just pull back.
I want to let the folks at home know we got started a half hour early for today's episode, so it's going to be an extra long one. And as a result, today is sponsored by the letter G for great. For what a great job Pondo's doing, letting us completely wreck his campaign.
You know. What can I do to plan against randomly high rolls in very key moments?
Sometimes players happen.
Or the extremely niche scenario of Harlen getting the Joker and then pulling out the adventure deck card that lets him pick a random or pick a particular edge, no matter the requirements, to deal double. Yeah.
It's so amazing, so unlikely, and so amazing.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah.
Not much you can do.
That is what that was. I think that's it because it would be Montre, but he's coming with the rest with Sean and them.
He's not got his outfit on right now though, because he was ready for war. He's just kind of walking out like no top or not his hat on at least.
Yeah, and team captain was taken out, so all I can do is hope for I get the high card and I just ruin Carl's day. I don't wish that upon it. It's just
my NPCs want some revenge though. They're so dead.
You go into making an encounter like this might be difficult if they decide to go for it. Okay, they're going for it. Okay. And it's done.
If it's any consolation, I didn't think this was going to go even remotely well, let alone a victory.
Okay.
Thought we'd have victory no matter what. It just how much damage the rest of you would have was much higher on my estimation list.
So first up is
first to go. I'll go in and just start shooting. You guys stand behind me.
First up is Sean, who you would now be making it back to the area where you're at, essentially.
Okay. I clearly see that Harlen is super messed up, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to shout very loudly to Harlen. Do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior in your heart?
What the hell are you talking about?
I am going to cast healing on him.
What's the range of that?
I don't think it has a range. Is it short? I mean, I'm gonna do what it takes in order to execute the series of steps needed to make this happen. But
go ahead and make your faith roll.
Very well.
I guess that was first things first. In that case.
Well, let me pull up healing before.
Healing, range, touch.
Oh, okay. All right. Can I get to him then?
What is your speed?
Really no? I'll have to look into that. Is there really no distance healing? I guess not.
No, I don't think so. We had that one group in real life where we did some healing, but it was all.
I'll have to check the fantasy companion to see if it might have that, because I feel like that should be a thing, but I guess I could be wrong. No, you could start running towards them, or you could start maybe shooting the chainsaw guy.
I am going to run towards Chainsaw Guy while I'm shouting at Harlen. And I'm going to shout in German to the Chainsaw Guy, we need to take cover in the tents! Don't stand in the open! And I'm running towards him, gesturing for him to go to the tent right here, which is also where I am going. You can't see it. I'm wiggling my fingers.
Okay. Fair enough.
We need cover and concealment!
Fair enough.
And then in English again, I'm going to shout to Harlen, come to me!
All right,
so I don't know how many paces I can move, but I moved.
6.
That's my plan. I moved directly towards a man with a chainsaw.
So bold.
Okay.
I have to assume that he sees an ally coming towards him in an officer's uniform with a German machine pistol, and he doesn't go, well, this is a trap. I have to assume that he is too busy being alive to worry about such small trifles.
He does get unshook, but he will also definitely jump into the tent as you speak, because he doesn't have the thought and opportunity to deal with that at the moment. Okay, and then the melee guy, I think, is just going to do a special wildly swing at you because he ain't got much else to lose at the moment situation.
I'm ready with my bayonet.
With his hand axe. Wild attack. +2 to the fighting and damage. So we'll see what that happens there.
Wood axe.
I said your
He
parry's
needed a
at
10.
10? Well,
I roll a
I would have
well-fine
bennies, but I'm trying to consider would they be dead with him, or you know what? Just this instance, I'm going to just go ahead and say spend a benny to try to do it. And no, okay, I'm just going to leave that how that is.
What does vulnerable do?
I believe it makes him, well, obviously easier to hit. I have to look at the conditions again. I'll figure that out in a second. Next one up is Montre with a 5 of spades.
Okay. What is my speed from where you put me?
6.
Ace 6.
You do know there's a guy in the tent that you could shoot at if you wanted.
I assume Boss Man's got that covered.
And there's also another guy who is next to Carl.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. It's like, yeah,
I get actions and attacks against him get a +2 until the end of his next turn.
Yep. That sounds right. Yep.
Please don't shoot me.
I'm not going to shoot you. You're my friend. I'm going to shoot everything near you, though.
You roll so many dice. It worries me.
It's probably fine.
I roll all of the dice I need.
What is the chances he rolls at least a 1 or a 2 on one of the dice?
Yeah, I only have all my bennies still.
I don't have to beat your toughness or parry. I just need him to
You just need him to do it.
to whiff a
If I
shot
give
into
you
you.
2 wounds, I've got a fix for that.
Hey, last time you almost hit me. You almost took me outright. Like,
And if I do it again, I'm still prepared for that. I am not afraid to use my cards for others' benefits if it's my fault. I could shoot your head off right now and be like, no, he's got no wounds.
all right, here we go.
Yep, here we go. He's just muttering to himself. It's like, I just took so long to get back. I only got to shoot like 5 guys. There's like so many more I could have shot at. And I want to he pretends like he didn't notice there's 2 versions of him leaking out on the ground nearby. And he's like, oh, man.
Look at that.
Huh.
You're lucky.
guess-
Well, no, you're not. No, there's at least a 2.
I guess it's time for a card.
All right. Well,
Let's resolve the melee guy first.
okay. So that's the raises. The raise one and the regular ones, I guess. Let's do the regular one first. The 4.
That'll hit the left arm. He's shaken, but won't take a wound.
But he is disarmed if he had weapons.
We'll worry about him in a second if he lives. Okay, it's the head.
Next one's the head.
You just need to not roll 2 1s. Okay, yeah, he's dead. All right, let's resolve the one against Carl real quick. See where he gets hit. He gets hit the left leg and takes
Is that
8.
8 damage? Oh, then ding. It doesn't hurt.
I'll say that his shot looks like it was about to hit you, but it barely just goes right under your groin.
He literally pulls the gun up towards in the air a little bit and he goes, sorry, this is one of their crappy ones.
You couldn't see the shot, but you could just feel that it was a little bit too close for comfort.
The air caused some rippling that I did not like.
You can see here, it's like this little red spot. The barrels aren't as good as the ones we remachined back at base. I'm sorry.
Carl, you're up now.
Yeah. Would I have noticed a chainsaw guy go in the tent? I'm not sure.
Probably. I would.
Okay,
Yeah, I never
I'll
really
take
stated how high these were. I'm going to say, because realistically, I didn't have to move them to the side other than, I'm going to say you probably could have seen that the chainsaw guy jumped into the tent.
How many squares is a hand grenade? How big is the
Okay. So first, are you going to throw it?
Well, I want to know how big the blast is. Like, because Carl this isn't the first grenade he's seen go off, so he'd know whether or not throwing it at the chainsaw tent would hurt Harlen and Sean.
Is it not the grenade that you've seen go off? You've seen dynamite go off, which is a little bit different.
Okay.
You have the
dynamite as his idea of what is or isn't a big blast.
You have a potato masher, which is a medium blast template, which is this.
Okay. He'll try to throw it here.
Okay, go ahead and make your athletics roll.
So
I'll have to look up what it
around
is.
the wall so that I don't hit the wall.
Yep, and just don't fail the roll. That'd also be good.
I do still have 1 Benny.
You didn't
It's
fail
not
the roll.
I
needed.
did
Okay.
not want to hurt my friends.
Ooh, okay.
You were very focused. We got to hurry this up before the helicopter comes back.
Yeah, I'm trying to throw it at the back of the tent, so it's like wing that underhanded through the flaps or something.
Okay, so he can attempt to evade it. I'm going to give him a negative to it because he's carrying a chainsaw still. Evasion. Oh, never mind. He's already had. He needs to make an agility -2, so he's got.
He doesn't have to make it.
This is not gonna be good. We'll just say that for now. No. Okay. So roll. I guess it would be 46 -2 for damage.
And as soon as he throws the grenade and he sees that it passes into the tent, he turns away to walk away from the explosion.
Of course. Oh, does that actually kill him? Hold on a second. Would be hilarious if he somehow lived.
I mean, there's nowhere for him to go.
Nope, that just kills him. Okay.
Excellent. That was going to be real awkward.
I was really hoping that didn't. Just out of spite for you. Okay, so that means everyone is, except for the one captor, everyone's gone.
So I turn to walk away from the explosion without looking at it. I'm walking over towards.
So as you're walking away, the smoke from the tent plumes out and clears up. Then the guy with the chainsaw is standing up. Chainsaw's all messed up, but then he falls down dead.
I'm gonna walk over to the captain and the bodyguard that I put down.
Yep.
Hey, Montre.
Yes.
And I'll try to pull the helmet and gas mask off.
It's pretty much a face like Montre's.
Friend of yours?
Without him being functional, I wouldn't know. But it is also possible he could have been one of the what's the word I'm looking for? Compadres that they've created since we were the place with the crazy exploding guy. Just like we made Julius Caesar, if they know how that system works, they could have made their own. It's kind of cruel to do that to your own people, but they were obviously loyal, but I have no way to knowing now that they're defeated.
They didn't seem keen on seeing us. I narrowly escaped a few extra holes to breathe through.
He nods. You didn't do anything wrong, friend. It's just in the same situation, we could be opposites, where I'm the one getting shot at by you. If it is from my timeline, or my time, they're soldiers. This is our job. There was no malice. It was simply what they were told to do.
You know, Montre, you have a singular way of finding a way to say something comforting in the most morbid way possible.
I'm sorry.
No, I know what you're trying to do, and I appreciate it. I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, he'll kind of shoulder his gun and just try to. He guess he's just going to take one of these guys. Like he's just going to take one. He's just going to take him with us.
I didn't see anything come out of the captain's body like we saw with the ghost thing before. Is it stuck in his body?
Are you talking to me? What ghost thing?
He just says that out loud, hoping somebody will tell him something comforting.
Effie, think you could take a look at the body?
I know.
Are we out of initiative now?
Yes, you're out of initiative. It's everybody's dead, and the one guy you stripped naked.
Okay, so I am going to go up to Harlen, and I am going to say, out of the Book of John, there are a number of passages, but I think you'll find that the Lord heals, and I'm going to heal him. I'm going to heal him with the power of God.
Roll your faith.
I'm not going to roll my faith.
Actually,
my faith will guide my roll, Pondo.
Oh no.
Incredible.
What a perfect time to say what you said.
This is an interesting situation because the person you're doing that onto.
I have absolutely zero suggestions for you. Good luck.
No, I have an idea.
Why do you reject Christ so?
Really, like the warlock situation happens to Harlen.
Give me a 2d6 damage roll.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
You're wiping the sins from his body.
I'm wiping the sins from his body. Oh, Pondo. That's some fucked up shit you're saying.
He's a sinful man.
Oh!
Okay.
Are we? Wait, no. Okay, we're not stabilizing him yet. He's still
No,
up.
he's fine. It would just be one wound. Harlen, as Sean steps over above you and his hands are actually starting to glow, it feels like your wounds are closing, but in actuality, you start having these flashbacks of all these people that you've essentially killed in cold blood or beaten at a bad sport, essentially. You're starting to get this feeling of regret in your heart as you can feel your bones start aching a bit more.
God, bloody God, what the hell are you doing?
I'm taking
regret on you.
the power of. Why are your wounds not healing?
Why don't you tell me why?
Hey, Sean, you get the sense that you've
Hey.
absolved this guy of some of his sins.
All right, I turn to him and I say, "Wow, incredible! What a miracle!" By the way, a miracle is defined as an act that cannot be explained. I don't know whether you've been baptized or not. By the way, I'm saying this very Irishly. I don't know whether you've been baptized or not, but it appears
making me burst out an ace a miracle.
I have just absolved you of your sins, which technically should not be possible without the power of God.
Harlan's just grunting and limping away.
No, I'm gonna heal him again.
He's limping away faster.
I catch up to you and I put my hands on you. I say, I have to lay hands on you, Harlen. Come back here. Your soul is pure.
God. He's still already a priest. What is this?
He limps at the same speed you are. So
No, he's actually one step slower, so he's slightly slower now.
Oh, for the extra wound. Oh,
Yeah.
no. You can't get away from him.
The priests don't act like this for thousands of years.
You want to try again?
I feel like
Yeah, of
while
course I'm gonna try again.
I feel
Okay.
like while he's chasing a hobbling Harlan away.
Okay. Man, all right. I believe that does take away a wound, at least.
I'm busy looking at the captain, and then looking at Montre, and then looking at Effie, and then back to the captain. And while I'm standing there, I'm just going to keep racking the shotgun to get all the buck out, and I'm just going to load it with slugs.
So is this
some
is
point
this you
Montre
stating
really
for the
noticed you
future?
that-
Is this stating for the future you're only a slug man now?
I'm not sure, but he's definitely been scarred by how badly Buck has treated him.
I'm sorry I
doing it
interrupted
again.
you, Sound. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, Montre at some point is going to be like, why do you keep using that gun?
The
Just
slugs
do it
work.
one more time. Okay, you take the other one.
I catch up to Harlen and I just keep forcing the power of God into him. I'm just like, you're healed, Harlen. Look, your wounds are healing up, not just your soul. It's happening. It's happening. The miracle.
His pain is still emotional, but just not physical, essentially.
Harlen, you're clean, inside and out.
You're a bloody goddamn lunatic.
Harlen, and I pull him into a hug. God has forgiven you.
Oh, good.
In the most
Harlan is
painful way
very
possible,
Irish.
but yeah.
God has
Barely
burned out your
restraining himself
wickedness.
from harming him because A, he's technically our financer, and B, because he has technically healed him at this point.
Yeah.
I look at Harlen and I say, I haven't healed you. God has healed you.
The hand of the Lord.
So I will note you'll get 2 advances because I think we're going to be ending this arc pretty soon, and you did kill one of the rogues gallery, so that's another one. So you get 2.
And that's on top of the one we had at the beginning of the episode?
I didn't give you one yet.
I thought you told me that we had them, because
Yeah.
otherwise I would
Sent
not
a
have tried
message.
faith.
You sent a message in the chat.
Oh, did I?
I never
Yeah.
replied that.
You and I
I
had
know.
a verbal discussion about this
Man, I
yesterday, 2 days ago.
don't remember. That's if that's the case, then yes.
It's all,
Because it was
it's
specifically
all
about
good.
faith.
I'll say now that you get your next advancement, as if you guys accidentally flub the scouting mission, you'll probably finish up the Congo.
That sounds right.
I think
yeah.
I was saying to after this, but I'll just take it as
okay. All right. Well,
it
So,
doesn't matter
I'm
now.
going-
It's fine.
let's see. And so I'm going to advance my spirit again so that I can advance my faith.
So we
I
add
He's
an
saying if you
advance.
didn't advance twice if you have advanced.
Okay.
So we should all be at a total of 7 advances.
So when you advance an attribute, it only goes up one thingy,
Dice,
right?
dice.
One dice,
And you
right.
can only increase an attribute one time per category of advances.
Per rank, so you can do it once for the
Yeah,
season
so-
rank.
It's like one of your novices could be an attribute, and one of your seasoned could be an attribute.
That's okay. I'm just going to keep raising faith and spirit one more time. I just need D10 spirit so that what happened tonight never happens again, probably.
Double
what
ones.
are the odds of it's a 1 in 36 chance that the first time I roll exactly that happens?
I'm-
All right, that's all I'm saying.
It's still
More
like
likely than the chance of Harlan getting the 1 out of 52 cards that he needed to assassinate the captain.
And then next turn he
I
would
don't know
have
why
done it
you
anyway
think he
without
wouldn't
him.
just do that anyway.
Yeah, like the next turn he did it again, but without the
He
card.
would have lived if it wasn't for the double damage.
True.
It would have been close.
I mean, he still would have been assassinated. It just would have taken an extra turn.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
I would have been able to do some stuff with him instead of him just being dead on the ground.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to ask Effie if she can chain his spirit so that we can ask him some questions.
Oh boy.
I don't
Carl's
know if that's a thing Effie can do, but...
Carl's over here like, hey, is there any way we can lock this down so that that thing that we found can't get out of his body and anyone else's?
Effie can make a focus roll if she wants. She can do her her lesser divination to commune with the spirits.
Can we do that right now?
At the moment, you're
Speed
safe,
run?
so...
Speedrun?
And you get to give your monologue.
I can't. That's not how this one works.
Don't worry, Pondo. I'm gonna make it work that way.
It essentially works the way of Speak with Dead in 5e.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just let Effie be Effie, and I'm gonna do some shit.
Okay.
We want to do that now? I thought we were wrapping up.
If we do, okay, I'm gonna literally lay my cards on the table. I have a card that makes an enemy betray a friend, and will tell you stuff like the location of a boss. So I just need you to contact his spirit, then I'm going to play the card so that he'll do that, and then I'll have a new card next time.
Her spell already does that. They can't hide the information from her.
Damn it, Pondo. I'm trying to play some cards.
You still have a guy alive right there that you can do that too.
But he doesn't know as much as the guy that we're about to... Okay.
This is also true.
It's
you
up
want?
to you,
you can play the card if
this
you
episode
want.
Or next. No, it's fine.
But I was just going to do it this episode. We still have at least, I would say, at least half hour, unless people are done.
I'm not done. I will say this to my good friend Soundwave, is that it's a great time to go to sleep, is all I'm saying.
So is that a yes? You want to wait for the next time?
No. If Cotton wants to make the roll now, we should do it now.
So we want to do it now?
I think we should do it now. I think we should make the roll. But
Okay.
I'm not going to force us to stay here, you know.
Good with it.
I'm good for it if everyone else is.
All right, go ahead and make your focus roll then.
Don't I just roll my little power?
Yeah.
I guess this one doesn't.
Ooh.
I will just roll up.
Okay. As Effie is communing with the body, where typically one spirit comes out of the body, two actually do. One of the captain and the other of the former emperor of China.
Ghost!
Yeah. This is odd because this usually doesn't happen, though this is a different particular situation. You do have your 5 questions that you can ask.
What are you wanting to ask them?
What were they doing here? Who are they working for? Do they have any relationship with Ruslan Omer? Is there anything we should know about facing Ruslan Omer? And is there anything else that we should know that we haven't explicitly stated?
That last one's a bit broad. So what were you doing here?
The point is a catch-all.
So what were we doing here? Were you working with Ruslan Omer? Anything you should know about Ruslan Omer?
Yes.
Anything we should know before we leave? What was the 5th one?
Is there anything that we haven't asked that we should know about?
That'd be 4, wouldn't it? Wait.
That's 5.
What are you doing here? Are you working with Ruslan Omer? Is there anything we should know about Ruslan Omer? Is there anything that we haven't asked that we should know? That'd be 4. There's a 5th one. I missed it.
Anyone else got a question? We can...
Well, I'll answer the first 4.
Were the bodyguards ancients or your own people?
Oh, good question.
The bodyguards were ancients. Bodies were found that were the bodies that were found in Peru in the tomb there.
There was the 2 bodies we left there because we couldn't get them out, so they put ancients in them. But okay. Yeah.
To which Captain Gons used his ability, because he was able to pretty much do what the Emperor was able to do, was essentially send souls attuned to him into the whatever, well, essentially dead bodies or suits like the robots were.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of hijack the whole process. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's where they came from. What they were doing here, they were trying to investigate a lead that they got from an anonymous source that they still haven't pinned down who it is about this location of a possible archive. He was working with Ruslan Omer. Ruslan Omer is a vampire, a very old one, in fact.
I gasp.
What's this? Am I missing just one more now? Is there anything that you don't know or that you hadn't asked yet? Could be me. It's like, you haven't asked me what my favorite color is. No, I'm not going to be that way.
You know, Pondo, just if you had some sort of like super Nazi plot, or like, you know, Ruslan Omar is planning to do this, or we know that Ignacio is working, just like anything that would be obvious to their group, but not obvious to us, that we wouldn't even know to ask about.
He will say that the anonymous source feels like the one that's mostly in charge of what his group, the SAF, what he's known it as, the SAF, is not so much as the Fuhrer that he initially thought it was, due to working with Ruslan Ulmer, Ignacio Cueva, Lieutenant Bauer. That's it.
So now we know that Bauer's involved as well.
Yep.
I'm going to turn towards Carl, because I don't explicitly know that this is Carl's brother, but I do know that Carl told me that he has a brother.
You do know that he's explicitly my brother. When we met the other team and we all sat at the table together, when you wanted to do a team building exercise, they brought up that they met him, and somebody, I think it might have been you, looked over, was like, "Do you know this person?" And I was like, "He's my brother." We had a whole I'm sure there might have been a misunderstanding. I mean, my brother's a member of the party. He made it pretty clear that he has a brother who's.
I'm going to look at Carl and I'm going to say nothing.
I mean, it wasn't explicitly said it was your brother. It's just a good suspicion that it is probably your brother. Take that as you will. I don't know how common Bauer was the last name for Germans back in the early 1900s, but yeah. After the last question has been answered, the spirits will go back into body where they seem to be stuck. Something with the two souls trying to possess one body is kind of
make things weird
and reduce any sort of process that could have happened.
I'm going to continue staring at Carl.
Maybe we should find a way to secure his body, hide it somewhere, or I don't know, if somebody else can't make anything leave the body.
Incinerate it? But you did already blow out the flamethrower for that.
I mean,
we don't want to release it from the meat sack.
That's fair. You don't know what would happen if you did just
destroy him. Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally a faith miracleist right now. Can't I just send these people on their way? Literally just perform a funeral. You technically, again, this is some real edge Catholic canonical law, but you don't need to be a priest to perform a funeral or last rites or to baptize someone. It's just that they're only performed in extreme circumstances, and this seems pretty extreme.
Yep, go ahead and make a faith roll.
A faith? Does a regular priest need a faith roll to bury somebody?
You're doing this as an essence to make sure the spirits don't come back out again.
All right, here come those double ones again, boys. Let's do it.
You need to roll D10. Oh, never mind.
Let's burn those souls.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You perform the ritual where you might have done this like an extreme instance in the past for one reason or another. This time it feels a little bit different. It feels like it's actually, you can sense that this ritual is actually laying the spirits to rest, so to speak, though they're just being sent out to be sorted where they're supposed to be.
Wow.
Wow.
They went to where they're supposed to be.
Soul.
Well, everyone, we did some great work here. Harlen, buddy, have you ever considered being baptized?
After that, I think I'm gonna explore other options.
Harlen, I don't know what you saw, but let me say this. I know that there have been some concerns about things that you've done in your past. Would that be fair to say?
That regret, is it still, do I still regret things?
Probably. The mental feeling probably hasn't, like, it's a little bit different where you normally suppress your feelings as compared to having your feelings literally cause you physical pain.
Listen, I have no confession that's forcibly applied.
No, I'm not trying to forcibly apply anything to you.
I didn't try.
I'm just asking you, do you feel like you had regrets? Maybe you still have regrets, but whether you do or you don't, our Lord in heaven has forgiven you for anything you've done in the past. Your soul is clean as someone who has gone to confession. Consider then that you have your whole life ahead of you at this point.
Yeah, I'll think about that, sure.
Okay. I'm just saying, you could die at any moment. You almost died today. Shouldn't you be looking towards the future of your immoral soul? Sorry, I meant immortal soul, but I make it clear. I make it clear that I don't mean that. I actually did mean his immortal soul.
Yeah.
Because in his mind, you know, he goes to confession occasionally, but the fact that someone would be in physical pain from being cleansed of their sins, it must have been bad.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Anyone else like to convert? As long as we're here? The Lord is providing so many miracles today, that things that can't be explained.
One thing that might not be explained is why we're standing around the camp when their friends return.
Well, is that a fire over there?
There's probably a little bit of fire going on.
Okay, we should just set the camp on fire on our way out.
Trying to figure out what religion. We haven't had a conversation where I've had to figure out what Carl believes in.
Well, Nazi Germany definitely believed in Christianity.
Right. I just don't know. I'm trying to look up whether or not 30s Germany was Catholic or Protestant.
Most of Europe was Catholic, my friend.
Yeah, or thought they were at least.
Now, there were some very serious questions in regards to the Pope being occupied by Mussolini, but, I am just going to say, yeah, let's get this place on fire. We've got a lot of equipment to bring back home. I'm sure that our superiors for this organization would love a look at some of these captured Nazi experimental weapons. I'm sure that you might be able, you got a pretty good look at that flying thing that looks a lot like the working helicopter design by Leonardo da Vinci. So I have to say, Carl, if you could get me something like a schematic, we might be able to advance the British defense plans by years. We could even stop a war with the equipment that we have here.
I mean, I could certainly theorize, speculate, and come up with some ideas, but I mean, that's different than building and testing a working design.
We can leave that to somebody else. All we need to do is let them get eyes on what you had eyes on.
I feel like because
as I'm saying this, by the way, I'm definitely like preparing a firewall to burn the entire place.
Yeah, I think because of Carl's background, I think like he would have noticed things like specific dimensions, like major dimensions, and like how big the props were. Would have been able to sort of, especially with people getting on and off of it, sort of eyeballed like the size of the airframe itself and things to try to get an idea.
If
maybe not like, not the weight or the power plant or things like that, but at least like some basic physics requirements to be able to try to at least give a start to some legitimate engineers.
Man,
he's a mechanic. He tears apart and builds aircraft all the time. So he's gonna have an eye for like interesting aircraft.
I would say you do it as a sense of, okay, engine, like the physical, like I understand how it physically works. I don't know really the whole math of it situation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be like, okay, so you need to have at least this much torque and horsepower to pick it up off the ground. But he could be like, the props were about this big, and the whole frame was only like this size. So you guys can figure out power, weight, and construction, but here's at least like an idea of some constraints to work in.
Give me, or you can either do this now or you could do this later as far as setting it up.
Because I'm leaning specifically with his aircraft knowledge, could I roll piloting?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Well, yeah, you'd be able to give a pretty good rough idea on how it would work. Again, you don't necessarily know the math of the situation, but it's...
I can give them a pretty good starting point to have to hammer out some math. It's certainly not going to be like we build one in 6 months. But for something that was otherwise like a wild idea, they know it's doable and they have an idea of the size that they're working with, and they just have to figure out how to make it work. That's something for engineers.
I mean, I agree with everything you say. I didn't need you to rebuild a prototype.
Yeah,
but
I'm not expecting it. The request wasn't expecting it. Carl's just like, hey guys, like, yeah, I know this sounds like a wild idea, but it's doable.
This is how we turn the Catalina into a VTOL.
Oh, geez.
We make the first Osprey, and that's why we're never heard from again in history.
So the reason why no one else made one.
So.
Wow, imagine how many deaths we could have prevented if we prevented the development of the Osprey. Oof. Wow.
I enjoy my rides in Osprey.
I'm sure you did. You survived them.
He's not going to sketch it down now. Like, we're getting rid of the body, we're rescuing these people, we're leaving the Congo. During one of these times where Sean moonlights as an autopilot monitor, Carl would do a couple of sketches while he was, eating his dinner before going to sleep in the rack for the next couple of days while we fly.
Okay.
And
Montre's making sure to recover the shells.
Are these, like, you and I, if we fix these, are they still usable, or did we break anything that's like critical to storing people in them?
Montre's kind of looks at you and he goes, from what I gathered, he didn't do the normal process, so there's a 50-50 chance of that. So I don't want to fix them up until I can secure them.
Well,
but I don't want to leave them here to be repaired by these guys because fire is not enough.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to pretend to be any part of figuring out the disposition of these things, but when you need my help, you have it.
I appreciate it.
Honestly, working on these in a worse condition will give me valuable expertise should something awful happen to you.
Tilda said, I don't put much stock in my own mortality as it's such, so I do appreciate someone else doing so.
Yeah, you've made it perfectly clear that dying is basically a whatever thought to you, but it isn't to the rest of us, so.
I can appreciate that.
I'm sure it's a useful attitude, but I have no plans to adopt it. I hope you understand.
He nods. He's like, well, I mean, there are things that you spend your entire existence just having a known thing. It's just, it is, and it's hard to let go of things, such as, I'm pretty sure that if I was asked 20 questions in a row in fast enough order, and every one of them was, what is Effie's job? I'm pretty sure 9 times out of the 20 of those things, I'd say priestess out of habit more than anything else.
I'm sure this works for you. I'm not trying to change how you think. Just letting you know.
I appreciate it.
Okay. That's probably a little heavy. I'm not going to be able to help you carry that. That's probably all you.
He nods. I guess someone else is going to have to carry his bundle of guns then, though, because I don't think I can carry all of that.
Yeah.
I could pull it, but I couldn't carry it.
I'm sure I can struggle through getting these there. If I get some help from other people, we'll make it work.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to carry some as well. I don't have anything else to do, and we've killed everyone in the area.
I mean, you have one guy alive still.
Yeah, we're bringing him with us.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, listen. I know that we work for a cool agency, but I also have good friends in British Fleet Intelligence, and dropping this guy a bunch of MP5s or MP40s and the plans for a helicopter, that's going to be pretty sick. Also reporting that the SAF isn't run by Hitler, but has its own
Good boy.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess not everybody. I hear you just fine.
Okay, no, I think it's fixed itself now, but it was breaking up pretty bad a second ago.
Yeah, everybody was
Yeah, well, but yeah, you did learn that SAF is not what it seems.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop all that info on Fleet Intelligence's desk with the note that says you owe me.
So are we for next session? Are we going to have Ben back? Are we transition flying back?
It'd be flying back unless you guys want to go fight off the rest of the Germans that are probably here, but that's on you.
Get out.
We're doing the session is the last.
Oh, nothing again. Discord fine.
Truth be told, if it's doing it now, this is actually the most preferred time, if at all. But yeah, it'd be pretty much flying back unless you want to go after the rest of the Germans.
Well, you're back.
The post-credit scene.
It's dying again. Well, I guess I'll talk to you guys next week.
No, the post-credit scene is us eating shawarma on the aircraft with the French chef.
Okay, you got it.
We could probably start with this thing with the French chef.
All right, I'm stopping the recordings now.